This is the #1 thing you need to do to prepare yourself for a recession that's possibly coming. Hi friends, welcome to Moms and Money, where we talk about managing money, making money, and saving money for the women in the household. Well, we are on video 3 of this 3-part series called The Pandemic and Your Paper, where we discussed all types of things in the first 2 videos, ways to save and 3 ways to improve your finances. You can tap this eye right here to watch the playlist, and I will also link it in the description box below. But before we get started in this video, I just want to say that there is no amount of money, no amount of relief, no amount of financial security that is worth your health, because your health is something that you cannot buy, unfortunately. And so with that said, I pray that all of you all are safe, that your families are safe, that you're using and doing the precautions that we need to do in order to really get through this in a safe way. So just remember that, if you're faced with these stresses of possibly returning to work, not returning to work, getting furloughed, or possibly not getting paid or rushing to get back to work, just remember that your health comes first, your health and safety of you and your entire family. And I just pray that we're all safe during this time. The truth of the matter is, we are in the middle of a pandemic that has completely stopped our economy. This is unprecedented. It's never happened before, and it's definitely a plague like this has not happened in the United States in over 100 years. So really, people are just confused, and politicians are confused, leaders are confused. Nobody really knows what's going to happen or what to do. But I know one thing is for certain: we are all going to get through this, and we're all going to get through this stronger, brighter, more educated, and really ready to tackle anything that comes our way. Because I know that God is going to bring us through this, and He's going to bring us through this with all of us having a new, different lens on life coming out of this. So unfortunately, I know a recession is coming. The unemployment rate is at an all-time high. I personally know people who have been furloughed, laid off, a pay reduction, salary reduction. All of those things are coming. Like, you get it like a pit in your stomach when you get that email from the president of your company or the president of HR. You just don't know what they're gonna say, And so with that said, with so many people getting laid off and so many people unemployed, I know that a recession is coming. The housing market is going to take a big hit. And what we can do right now is really to prepare ourselves as much as possible. So I'm going to give these to you in order of importance, okay? So we'll leave the most important thing last. But first, one of the things that you can do is you can avoid making big purchases. Now is not the time to make a huge purchase, whether it be a car or a house or planning a big vacation. I know a lot of us know these things, but some people don't. I know that the housing market is going to take a hit. The value of your home is going to take a hit. If you're in a rush to try to get out of your house right now to buy another house, honestly, with the housing market that's going to take a hit, even though the value of your house is going to decrease, you should be able to get a good deal on whatever house you purchase next. So if you are thinking about buying a house, I definitely would hold off, because we just don't know how the extent of how the jobs are going to be affected with this. You may not be in an industry that has clearly been affected, like hospitality, travel, restaurants, entertaining, all of that. You may not be in one of those industries, but trust me, every single industry is being affected by this in some sort of way, because our economy is like a big circle where all the industries, this industry affects this industry, which affects this industry, which affects this industry, and they're all linked some sort of way. So we just don't know yet how everyone's going to be affected by this. There are lots of shelters in place right now where you can't physically go to work, especially if you have a job where you physically have to be there, and it's not like you can do things digitally. All of those people are being affected. Many people are being furloughed, a pay reduction. We just don't know. So 6 months from now, we can still be paying for what's happening right now with the economy. So you just don't know. So even if you feel like you're safe right now, I definitely would not suggest making a big purchase. Just hold on to your cash, hold on to anything that would change your financial status or change you financially, like a big purchase, like a car, a home, anything big that would affect you financially. I would hold off just to wait and see what's really going to happen. The next thing you can do to prepare for a recession is to pay off your consumer debt. Now, I want to say this. If you're having problems, or if you're one of those people who the industry has really affected your job and your income, maybe you lost a source of income, maybe you took a big pay decrease, just know that when the CARES Act was passed, which stands for the Coronavirus Relief Economic Stimulus Act, in that there were ways that you can put your mortgage in forbearance, which essentially means that it's like a way of buying time to not have to pay your mortgage. Now, let me be clear with this. You will eventually have to pay your mortgage. It's not a forgiveness of the loan. It's not like it's going away. You will have to pay it, but the mortgage companies and the lenders are just giving you more time to pay it. So maybe you could save a little bit or figure out what's going on with your job. So that's one way to, hold off on paying your bills. Another thing is all federal student loans, all the payments and interest have been suspended until September 30th. So if you are in student loan debt, you do not have to pay it until September 30th. But if you're in a position where your income has not been affected and you're still getting paid, you're able to work from home, you're able to be safe, definitely pay down your consumer debt as much as you can in order to not have those big bills in case something does happen in 6 to 9 months from now with your job, where maybe, you're getting furloughed or you're getting that pay decrease. If something does happen, at least your minimum payments won't be as high as maybe they are right now. All right, so the number one thing you can do right now to prepare for a recession is to build your cash reserves. Build your cash reserves right now, you guys. Okay, and you're probably wondering, well, Gia, what does that mean? It literally means saving your cash, saving for that emergency fund. I would at least have enough, like a month or two, just to pay to make sure that you have a house over your head and food on your table for your family. Okay, you have to build that cash reserves because you never know what's going to happen. So even, let's just pray that all of our jobs are safe, all of us will still have a job in 6 months. Even if that is the case and you have those cash reserves, it's an awesome time to start investing. That's when you can buy your house or buy the car that you need or want. That's when you can do those things, because typically there are deals right now, especially with the stock market being so low. You can buy stocks very cheap, index funds very cheap, and then that way, at least you'll be in a safer place if you have that cash reserves. So definitely build up on your cash reserves. And you're probably wondering, how do you do that, Gia? It's simple. You spend less and you save more. It's that simple. So if you're not putting yourself on a budget, or if you haven't put yourself on a budget yet, now is essential to put yourself on a budget. You can download my free zero-based budget in the description box, or you can purchase a couple of my printables, my budgeting printables, for a few bucks if you're a pen and paper type of budget person. But definitely get yourself on a budget so you can figure out a way to build up your cash reserves for a time like this. Because when a recession hits, cash will start depleting so quick, especially if you have a lot of consumer debt, or if your mortgage is really high, or if you lost your job and that loss of income is coming in. Having those cash reserves, and I know from experience, okay, is a blessing, and you will be thanking, your future self will be thanking you for the decisions that you make today. Okay, so like I said, you need to take this seriously, guys. We need to start planning. We need to be prepared. We don't want to be blindsided by anything, because nobody really knows what's going to happen. So if you prepare yourself for if or when the recession comes, and if prayerfully that doesn't happen, if you get laid off or furloughed, so that you could still survive and come out on top of things, So stay encouraged, you guys. Stay motivated. Really take action on the things that you need to do to prepare yourself, because I know that we'll get through this. God is going to make a way for us. So leave a comment down below and let me know. Have you done any of these things? Have you thought about preparing for a recession? Leave a comment down below and let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, you can tap my picture on the screen, and you can also check out my previous video right next to it, and all of my social media platforms all listed down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you check out some of the other videos in this series. Again, they will be linked in the description box. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.